Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Tell me if this is better or worse. We're going to try it this way.
How about this? Like that? Is that A? Pretend you're getting your eyes checked. Does A work better? A. Okay. How y'all doing?
Excellent.
Great. Thank you all for coming out tonight. This is something that is a little bit unusual, a little bit different that we're going to do. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go grab this stool and I'm just going to hang out with y'all, if that's okay. By the way, I ditched the tie, you know. Last night was the first time in 20 years when I did a thing like this. I haven't worn a tie, so I'm going to do it again. So if that's okay? Yeah? Viva Australia! This side's good. What about this side? A little bit more. Okay, good. Hey, I'm just curious. This was booked in as a women's event, right? What are all you guys doing here? What heck of a lot of guys? Are you looking to pick up 6 or something?
Booked in for 6 change.
I'll tell you, that's all good. That's all good. Well, you know, what we're going to do is something, again, very, very unusual. What tonight is about is a different twist. Graham's going to get you. Have you ever had a date? Do you have a date on your phone? No. Good. Anyway, what we did last night was a very straightforward and direct presentation on what Manna is all about. Okay? What we're going to do tonight is more or less the same thing, but radically different. This is going to be focused strictly on and for women.
Bring it on.
You're killing me here. Okay. All right, let's hear it for the women. Women only? Okay, just let's mess up the men. Men?
Yeah.
There you got it. Yeah, one more time, women. That was awesome. Okay, now that gets me excited. Okay, that's why we're here. It's simply to change some dynamics. Manna is a very interesting company. I'm going to give you a little background, a little direction on that, and then we're going to kind of go down a particular path tonight that's very unusual for any company. So we're sticking ourselves out there, but you know what? That's who we are. This started back about 6 years ago. I'm going to go through the history briefly, and then I'm going to tie together 2 of the top guys in this company. That's me, this woman. And, no, that's supposed to be laughter. That was a joke. I have to train you guys. I know I have American humor. Help me out. Does anybody have a rope or a hook for this guy over here? Anyway, this started about 6 years ago. I was in Salt Lake City, Utah, working on a project. My background is that of a marketing guy out of Los Angeles, California. And I developed quite a number of brands and advertising for companies all around the world, about 1,800 companies over a 20-year period of time. A lot of products you're familiar with, you know, that you go to the supermarket and buy. But I was in Salt Lake City working on this weird project for a group of folks that I dealt with for 10, 12 years. They wanted to create a healthy energy drink and a healthy energy shot. I don't even know what that means. Healthy energy, and it was kind of weird. So I'm there, and a couple of my colleagues wanted to introduce me to a gentleman by the name of Josh Woodcook. They told me that this guy is an herbologist. I go, what? What is that? I have no idea. About natural health, I have no idea. You know what, Graham?
Yep.
Did you bring my buddy in your car? Would you just set it up over there and then tell me? Okay. Then I'll refer to it. We thought about that. We've got to talk about it. Thank you.
Sorry. Apparently they can't hear you on the webinar. Just want to know if everyone else can.
You know?
There's no sound on the webinar.
Okay, folks, here we go. Broadcast.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Whoa. Good. So there I was in Salt Lake City, Utah, and they wanted me to meet this herbologist. I had no idea what it was because I was not a healthy guy at the time. I was a little bit different, which I'll show you what that looks like in a minute. You'll get a kick out of it. But anyway, my former self is coming out of the car. Be joining us shortly. Anyway, so I didn't really know what to make of this, other than the fact it sounded like a waste of my time. So I kind of ditched it, and I kind of played around with it and so on until the meeting finally came into play. And I wasn't there. I had my business partner do it. He met with this guy, Josh, and the two guys did not hit it off, to say the very least, as I heard from both sides. Well, a very interesting, right at the time that that meeting was over, I showed up. I came back from something else I was doing. I walked up to this guy. I felt badly. I said, "Are you Josh Woodcook?" He says, "I am." I said, he goes, "How do you know?" I said, "You're the healthiest looking guy here." He laughed. We sat down. We talked for the next 5.5 hours. Now, what I learned in those 5.5 hours was that this guy is the #1 guy on the planet. There is no dispute. There is no dynamic shift. It is what it is. He comes from 6 generations. His great-great-great-grandfather in the early 1800s developed a bunch of products that are in use and in place today, that we have on the shelf and we put out today. From that, he also had a history of almost 200 years in the same direction. There's nothing like that on the earth in any industry, especially in the natural products industry, natural health industry. It doesn't exist. A legacy like that does not exist, period. So I was intrigued because, quite frankly, when you hear about the best of the best, it's usually a fairy tale. Would you all agree with me?
Yep.
You know, when something sounds too good to be true, it is. 99.99999%. Yes?
Yes.
And I thought the same thing, but I'm reading this material. I'm looking at these certifications. I'm looking at this doctorate in Chinese medicine. I'm looking at all these things that no one has. He does. He got a doctorate in Chinese medicine in 4 years instead of 8. I mean, all of these things were fantastic. And I said, you know, we need to do something together. And we kind of kept in touch. And an interesting thing happened. About 2 weeks later, my business partner of 10 years went on what you guys call a walkabout and never came back. Literally, walked off the planet. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. I found out later he's done this several times before. Anyway. That's what you attract, I guess. Anyway, so I called Josh. I said, "Are you serious about this?" He said, "Yes." I said, "I'm coming out to Salt Lake City." I said, "I want you, like I'm looking at everybody here, you'll look by the end of tonight, that I'm talking to each and every one of you individually. Because I'm going to look at you directly in the eyes, and you're going to look back at me, and you're going to understand that what we're talking about here specifically is accurate, to the point, righteous, and true." Does that make sense? That's my promise to everybody.
Yes.
All 3 of you. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Sorry. You know, I'm a frustrated comedian. So you don't have to pay any more. You don't have to pay any more for the jokes. Anyway, so here it was. I went and looked this guy in the eye, and I said, "You tell me specifically. Look at me right here, and you tell me what this is about. I want to know the entire story. I want to know this dynamic." And he said, "It's simple. I have a legacy. I have a calling. 6 generations, 200 years, to do the right thing for people, to get people healthy." And I go, okay. So what I did was I did my due diligence. And I did this prior to coming back out to Salt Lake City. I said, "Send me everything. Send me this material and send me products." Well, what I did, I took several hundred bottles of product and I sent it out to different people. People that had a prostate issue, people that had a heart issue, people that had menopause, whatever, all these various things, colon, pain, etc. And I said, try this stuff out. Tell me what you think. Well, I was very surprised because everyone told me what they think. Now, folks, when I say everyone, I mean it literally. I sent out 600 bottles of products, and I got 581 people that called me. It was insane. I don't know how to say it any other way. I've never heard of a result like that. I've never seen a result like that. What does that mean? I don't know. It must mean that something is cooking with this, and Josh kills me every time I say this, with this stuff. Anytime I use the word stuff, he wants to murder me. But anyway, so with this, something is special about this stuff. So I said, okay, there must be something special about this stuff. So I was out in Salt Lake City. I said, tell me. And he told me, it's a calling. It's something I must do to help people across the entire earth. It's what my family's done for almost 200 years. And I said, I got it. I bought it. And we talked about it, and I told him I got good news and I got bad news for you. He said, okay, what's the good news? I said, the good news is going to work. 581 people out of 600 people. I look at this about once a month on my data, and I can't believe, I mean, seriously, guys, I can't believe it each time I look at it. This is crazy. But it's true, because guess what? I compiled it all myself, so I know what I know as it applies to this stuff. I really and truly know what this is all about. So he said, okay, what's the bad news? I said, no, the bad news is simple. We got to open up a network marketing company. He says, are you crazy? I hate network marketing. I go, well, so do I. How many people can kind of follow me on that? How many people hate network marketing, hate the idea of selling, counting your friends, all that jazz, right? Yeah. Especially here in Australia, because you guys get hit hard from companies in the States that come on in and they go, and you know, what happens? You end up, anybody, what happens? Razzmatazz, what? They go by what else?
You get locked in and ownership happens automatically.
Yeah, and they rip you off, you have to change your bank account, you get disappointed, people stop buying, what else?
Don't get paid.
You don't get paid. You lose friendships. How about that one? That's a good one. You know, all that junk. You know, poof. So, but, there's a but to that. The principle behind it is a good principle, meaning the business model of having people tell a story about what's going on. Have people go ahead and share some results and different things is a good idea, and getting paid on it. That's the good part. The bad part is one word I like to use with this. It's called greed. Companies are greedy. Would you all agree?
Yes.
Business, no. Business is good and business is bad, meaning as a concept. Because if you have people that are not quite above board, it's bad. Would you all agree?
Yes.
Yeah, well, come on. We're principle-based here. We all better agree about that because it's a concept. So you have this dynamic where you have people that say, wait a minute, I can go get 100,000 people to work for me for free. That's a great deal, right? And I only have to pay them if they sell something, right? And if they actually sell something, I'm going to figure out a way how to rip them off and not pay them. Has anybody heard of this? Yeah. So we had this conversation, discussion, direction for like 3 days. We went like this. And he showed me, Josh showed me a list of 15 things that he hated about network marketing. 15 things that he couldn't stand, that he had compiled over the years because he had products in other companies, years ago. And I looked at the list and I said, I agree wholeheartedly. I need to change a couple things because there's some, things that we can condense and so on. So we settled on 11 items, which today we affectionately refer to as our 11 commandments. And these 11 commandments, folks, I will tell you, as God has put me on this planet, and I'm standing here in front of you, we live and we die by these commandments. There is no gray area. It's black and white. What is it about? It's about you. When I say you, distributors, people that we share this opportunity with and get on board for financial freedom, as well as helping people get healthy. Does that make sense?
Yes.
This 11 commandments is so specific and so directed. So specific and so directed that we put together a video called 11 Commandments. Now, I want you all to promise me this, that regardless, if you decide to get on board with what I'm going to share with you today, and this directive and direction about women, they kind of couple together. So you'll see what I mean in just a couple minutes. I'm just kind of giving you some backstory so you understand this. I want you to watch this video. It's 32 minutes long. You can get to it by going to our due diligence website, which is www.manna, M-A-N-N-A, from Manna, thank you. I want to make sure somebody's listening. It's M-A-N-N-A for Y-O-U. Manna4u.com. On there, just go find it. It's on the second page. 11 Commandments, click, it'll play, it's simple. And you'll understand the heart and soul of what this is about. I don't want to spend time on it today. I want to talk to you live, and that's why I'm here. So, the big thing that Josh said, to give you an idea, was the cost of products. In a network marketing environment, the cost of products absolutely sucks. What they do is they jack up the cost of the product far above retail so people can pay out and do all kinds of junk, right? Yeah. You've heard of that. Yeah. Okay, this is our number one product. It's called The One, surprisingly. The reason it's called The One, it's the one and only thing that everybody needs, man, woman, child, whatever, to get 100% nutrition. I'm not going to talk about products today at all. If you want to hear about products, again, go to manna4u.com, tool around, there's a bunch of videos, or more importantly, tune in to Nutrition 101 webinar that Josh does every Saturday, your Saturday at 10 a.m. this time, okay? It's an hour to 2 hours to sometimes 3 hours, because once I put a quarter in, he just keeps on going. But it's all amazing, phenomenal information. Seriously. I joke about it because it's so valuable. I don't joke about it for any other reason. Every minute of every hour that you listen to is wonderful. Seriously. And I really suggest that you tune in, because what you're going to hear live is not what you're going to hear on vid, because we edit the living daylights out of them. So, Anyway, so in this dynamic, the number one commandment was that products had to be sold at true retail. If you go to any of the health food stores, what is Mrs. Flannery's? Mrs. Flannery's is the big one around here. You're going to see 3-4 varieties of greens between $60 and $100 per tub for months supply. Okay? That's retail. Would you all agree? Yeah. You go there, you buy at retail. Yeah. Should you pay more than that? Heck no. So Josh said to me, if you can make it work at $80, I'm in. I said, are you nuts? I looked at it and I go, there's no way that this is going to happen. So I started doing some due diligence and work. About 3-4 weeks later, I figured it out. I said, Josh, you own the manufacturing plant on this, right? He says, yes, 24 years or 23 years. And I go, you can't have a profit on this. It has to go from the cost of making this product right into Manna. Can you do this? He says, yes. I said, 2, You're entitled to a royalty. Everybody that creates a product gets a percentage, a per jar, or whatever the case may be situation. You can't have that. He goes, okay, I'll waive that. I said, great. Guys, no one in the history of network marketing has waived a royalty. No one. I've consulted with companies. I've been principally involved with companies. I've been distributors companies. No one does that. They get paid. Why? Because it's about that dollar. Fair enough?
Yep.
Yeah. Yes.
And then they water it down.
Okay. I like the joke, so bear with me. So that's the kind of thing that you're going to see and hear on the 11 Commandments. So please spend the time to do that. So, went ahead and we created a company that is beyond reproach in product. It's the best in the world. You might have heard that before. I'm sure everybody's heard it before. But guys, this really is the best, I promise. My buddy here?
You do.
Can you bring him in for a second?
I can't carry him.
Alright, wait. Okay, this is a buddy of mine. This is going to show you how good these products actually kind of sort of work. That was me at 150 kilos. That's me today. Is that a good thing? Huh? There's me today. Okay. Does the stuff work? Yeah, it does. That's our fire product. Yada, yada, yada. It's fasting. Thank you.
Did you exercise? Does your dog still recognize you?
No. That bumps into me. Anyway. So, the best products that ever existed on God's earth. Can we get that off the table for a moment? Would you just take my word for this moment? Because this is about business. This is about business and about women. So I want to get to that, and I want to get past the concept, okay? Take my word for it, products are fantastic. How many people have been on these products? How many people would agree with what I just said? Yes. 2 of us. Okay. So, I have one joke. Anyway. Okay, so the products are fantastic. The products work. Now let's talk about what we did from the business standpoint. What we did to create a dynamic for people. And then I'm going to switch the whole game tonight to women. You all with me? Yep. Okay. We looked at this and we said, okay, 2 things we do in this company is help people get healthy and help people get wealthy. Right? What does that mean in terms of getting wealthy? Really very simple. I have an icon, I have an acronym, I have whatever. It's about retiring. Now, when I say it's about retiring, it means get money off the table so you can do what you want to do, whether it's being a painter and painting in your, painting thing. Whatever. Painting in your peaches, that's good. Whatever it is. Helping people, nursing people, treating people, whatever your deal is. If money was not an issue, could you do that?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes. What about the rest of us? You guys? We all do this seriously. Because this is really important stuff. Okay. Now what I mean specifically is creating a passive, residual, continual, improving income stream. And I'm going to explain that more later. But what I'm talking about is getting paid consistently without having to get up in the morning and go into a place of work, a job, etc. Y'all with me there?
Yes.
That's the income that we're talking about here. There's a promise, there's a carrot, there's a dynamic, there's a conversation in network marketing, but quite frankly, it's a lot of hooey. Because most companies, people don't get paid. Why is that? Because of the greed, because of the situation. That's not what happens here. And I'm going to cover that when I go through the second section for tonight. What we know here is that when you have a product of the stellar nature of Manna and all of its components, and you put it together with a compensation plan that actually pays you, meaning you get the check, it comes to you without question. Is that a good thing?
Yes.
Okay. So, if we build this kind of structure together and we put this into place, can we have a massive result for people?
Yes.
Okay. So, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do things a little bit different. I was going to take a break in between. I'm not going to do this. We're going to run through so we get you done early. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay, no break. If you have to go, don't raise your hand, just go. Bounce. You're right across the thing. All right. It's probably the case, in truth. All right. So, here's some statistics about what's going on. In the network, how many people in this room have been involved in any type of network marketing organization or MLM? Stand up, please.
Oh dear.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much, because I just did a quick count here. And 60% of you are women and 40% of you are men. Okay? That is typical in the industry. 60% women and 40% men. I had to do the math on that one to make sure that it combined itself together. All right. In Manna, in our company, okay, before I go down this path, I have to do a disclaimer. Gentlemen, I'm sorry. This is not about you all tonight. You're just here to be nice, supportive, and learn and care about women. Is that a fair statement? Yes. If that's not the case, there's the door. Don't let it hit you on the way out. And I'm serious. I'm deadly serious. This is about change. This is about something that people don't talk about, especially CEOs of companies. All right. In Manna, we do not have 60% women and 40% men. We have a little bit over 91% women. Now, according to my math, that's 50% more than any other company, right? More or less than the average, right? And I go, why the heck is that the case? That's interesting. I mean, that's significant. That's not a couple points. That's not a little difference. That's a big difference. Would you all agree?
Yes.
Why? I keep scratching my head because I'm one of these types of people that I don't care. I've got to find the answer because it's going to bug the heck out of me until I figure it out. You know what I'm talking about? Yes. So I looked and looked and looked and looked and looked, and I said, aha. Let me ask you a question. Yeah, you guys say that really well. Even with your accent. Here's what, yeah. You're American, leave me alone. So I look at this and I said, aha. And what it was this. There's two things that we do at Manna. Number one, we help people get healthy and we help people get wealthy. The word that's important there is help. What do you ladies love to do?
Help.
Help, nurture, take care of. Yes or no?
Yes.
Better be louder than that.
Yes.
Okay. So, is it possible that there's a connection between the pure essence of femininity and the feminine energy and what our principles are? Is it possible?
Totally.
It's true. It's dang true. So I'm sitting here going, I am intrigued by this. This is intriguing stuff. And I did some more due diligence. And out of the central United States that kind of fell into Manna. When I say she fell into Manna, she was doing a gig with another network marketing company. Somebody at Manna, a chiropractor actually, saw her, talked to her, blah, blah, blah. Next thing I know, she's in our office. Her intention of being in our office was for her to get us into her company. Should I tell you what happened within 93 seconds because I timed it? She took her stuff that she laid out on the table and shoved it off the table. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen. And goes, yeah, I want to hear about this Manna stuff. Just like that. Now, this particular woman happens to be a naturopath, a healer, several modalities. What does she do more than anything else? Help people. Okay, so what happened? There was, I'm assuming this because I never had the direct conversation. There was a vibration. There was a connection. There was something that resonated inside her with and about Manna. I'm going to tell you, yes, you can, I know it's true. I don't have to think about it. But that's what happened. Okay? Now, here's the interesting part of it. She's number 3 in another network marketing company. How did she put it? She put it very politely. But she explained to me, and this was in our first meeting, okay? I didn't know this person from Adam. There was something that attracted her into this dynamic of Manna. And she tells me that she has an issue. And I go, uh-oh. The little ears started peeking up. Can anybody, ladies, are you tuning in here yet? She has a little issue. And what the issue was she shared with me that the 2 partners / owners of the existing network marketing company that she's in are, and I quote, misogynist pigs. Have you ladies ever heard of that? Show of hands, how many ladies have heard of that? Okay, come across it before. All right. So, I said, really? I was smiling big time. So, tells me the whole story that one of these partners insulted her terribly. And it has to do with ego and men's stuff. Sorry guys, I'm going to bash this to death tonight, so if you can't handle it, get out. It was so bad that the other partner made the other partner get on a jet, fly halfway across the country to this person's house to apologize. That's how bad it was. Ladies, is it going to happen again? No. No? I mean, no, okay, no, that's what you're supposed to say, but is it going to happen in that situation? Are these guys going to change? No. Will it happen to her again in that circumstance? Will these guys come back around again?
Yes.
Yes. Well, it happened about 2 weeks ago again. And I'm just smiling. Not that I'm not happy that it happened to her, but I'm smiling because, she's coming over to the company. Now, here's the cool part of that. The cool part of the fact of coming over to the company and doing this is she called me up to tell me how wonderful Manna is, because she actually is in the company, but she hasn't lit up all of her positions. She's got her 10 generals, people that are under her. They're all sitting there dormant, waiting to make a move when the move is right. So she tells me this. She goes, Stan, I'm ticked off. I said, I'm sorry to hear that. Why? He goes, because last year I just got my statement. I made $942,000 in my company, not in my company. I said, congratulations. She said, no, I'm ticked off. I go, why? She goes, because if I was in Manna, I'd be making 4.2 million. Same amount of effort. So she knows this. But she's stuck because she's economically trapped in this company. Ladies, has anybody ever heard of this? Has any lady in this room heard about economic abuse, where a spouse or a relationship or a business entity or something along those lines has you or someone you know trapped? Has anybody heard of this?
Yes.
It's got to be more than that. All right. So here it is at the highest level in network marketing. I looked at this and I said, this is bad. This is not good stuff. So I started looking more and more. All of a sudden, here in Australia, this started to become, I don't know if it was prevalent or I don't know if we were doing something different. Something was happening to the point of where we discharged several distributors here in Australia, meaning we kicked them out because they were abusive to women. They were men. They were abusive to women. They had issues. They had different dynamics. And you know what? Here's the deal. Just so I'm very clear and to the point, and I'm doing this on video, and all you guys across Australia and the rest of the world, you can hear this directly. There's two guys in this company, only two guys. There's Stan Kastleman and there's Josh Woodcook. Those are the founders of Manna. We do not tolerate abuse to women or anything at all of holding women down. Do you understand me?
Yes.
Come on, you can woo-woo, get woo-woo. I mean, that's a good thing. That's it. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. So, started looking at this. It was really interesting. More and more women were coming out and responding to this in a way that I've never seen before. What I mean is, they were coming out of the closet with their particular situations. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. And I mean, crying, hysterical. I mean, I heard all of these types of things and just issues going on. And we don't tolerate this, man. We don't. Started to discover something fascinating. Something triggered me in my mind. When you get paid in Manna, the way it works is we have money, then we take our money and give it to you to make it your money, right? Simple. We use a system called the Global Payroll Gateway to do this. It's just a system that just transfers. It's a vendor we use that does this. You set up, there's an account that you have in that environment, and it's, on payday, it says, hi, you got paid. You just push a button, put it in your bank account, put it in your debit card, whatever you're going to do with it. Well, I discovered something really weird. And that was that there was a bunch of money sitting in the Global Payroll Gateway that wasn't moving. It was just sitting there. I started looking at that and I go, this is odd. I'm looking at it. This woman's got $3,000. This woman's got $5,000. This woman's got $10,000. This is real interesting. And I said, and it just shows me the numbers. It doesn't tell me who the people are. So I had to kind of do a little due diligence and figure it out. And I had a list of like 20 people. And I go, I know this one. I know this person. I know this person. This is an abusive situation. I've been told about this one. This woman was beaten. This woman is this. This woman can't get away from her husband. Blah, blah, blah. The whole list. You all with me, right?
Yeah.
So I go, oh my gosh. They're using this as a haven. They're using this as a safety net to protect themselves for their exit strategy. Right? Y'all with me?
Yes.
Am I telling you anything you haven't heard of before?
No.
Okay, good. Because here's why we're here tonight. Because Manna from Heaven has put together a strategy, or I should say I, within the scope of Manna from Heaven, have put together a strategy to help women change their dynamic. What would it do? What would happen if a woman who was in some sort of an abusive or domestic violence or any type of situation. It can be economic, it could be emotional, it could be physical, the whole gamut. There's the whole gamut. What if there was an ability to have a passive residual income of $1,000 a month? What would that do? Can anybody tell me? Please help me out here.
Freedom.
Lots. Freedom.
Freedom. The what? What's the last word?
Escape.
Escape hatch. What? Builds up their self-esteem. What else? Stress. What else? Relief stress. What else?
It gives them a safety net too.
Yeah.
Being go away and be safe.
Be safe. How about that one, ladies? Be safe. How many women want to feel safe? How many women have issues in their lives about not feeling safe under any circumstance? Oh, come on. Show me your armpits. Let's go. We know this. Come on. Honestly, we know. We know that 90% of women have issues in this regard. Come on. It is what it is. Okay? So, what if there was a way to go ahead and institute a situation to where we could create $1,000 a month in passive residual income? What would that do? What would that do? What would that do for you? Huh? What would that do? What would that do, huh?
We can do it again.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I don't even throw these, but
It's like peanuts.
yeah, it's like peanuts. What does it mean? What would that do for people? Say that again. Louder.
It allows them to do things for their family that they might never have been able to do.
It allows them to do things. Can you guys pass these up there?
Take care of their children.
Take care of their children. What else?
And take care of themselves. Maybe happy themselves.
What else?
Change the generation.
Okay. This is our goal set. To take 1,000 women to $1,000 passive residual income each and every month for the rest of their life. Is that a good thing?
Yes.
Is that a good thing?
Yes.
So let me show you how we're going to do this. Can everybody put on one of these, please? All right. Getting the drift of this. This is about women, pure and simple, and changing their lives forever, especially women that have had economic deprivation, either personally or through abuse or anything else. It doesn't matter. But this is what it's going to do. All right. I'm going to take you through what and why and how we're going to do this with Manna. Y'all with me?
Yeah.
Anytime you want to take a break, use the bathroom, because I'm going to be kind of floating back and forth here. Okay, so the Manna compensation plan is very simple, generous, and straightforward. There's two dynamics of getting paid at Manna. Number one is the compensation plan on the left, and number two is the bonus pools. The bonus pools are in addition to anything and everything else we create. You need to understand this because I need to show you how we are going to do this and how we will do this. There's no question. We will do this in 2015. I haven't taken this off yet, so Anyway. All right. So, there's 6 ways to get paid for Manna. Number 1 is you go ahead and become a distributor with Manna. It costs $44 a year. Folks, I talked to the director of domestic abuse for the Gold Coast 2 hours ago. She couldn't make it here today. I ran down a 30-minute synopsis of this. Do you know what she did? She pulled over to the side of the road and started crying. She said, there are thousands and thousands and thousands of women right here that are suffering terribly in this regard. We're going to fix it right now. It costs $44 to become a distributor. Now, ladies, is there any woman that can afford $44 to be in her own business? I would hope so. Yeah, somehow. Once you pay $44, you're a distributor in Manna. The first way you get paid is if you introduce these amazing products to someone else. Either as a user of a product, which we call a customer, or another distributor. It doesn't matter. Y'all with me there?
Yes.
Okay. You get paid what we refer to as a quick start bonus, which is 50% of whatever that person buys in their first month as a distributor. Everybody okay? Okay. The first month as a distributor or as a retail customer. Simple? So, somebody goes ahead on the 2nd of the month, they buy $300 worth of products. What's 50% of that? $150 goes to you. What if they buy another $300 on the 25th? Another $150, so they make $300. It's their first month, okay? Simple, straightforward, to the point. That's the first way to get paid in Manna. Now, what we did is we created something rather unique and rather different in Manna. And that is what we refer to as retail sales. How many people here, guys, you can be participants. How many, I said people, how many people here know some sort of holistic practitioner, naturopath, chiropractor, massage therapist, personal trainer, whatever modality? Anybody know anybody? Yes. Okay. Since these products are designed to help people get healthy, would you agree that there are a number of people, perhaps, in these various modalities that know people, have people on their tables, have people in their offices, whatever they happen to be doing for people, that would benefit tremendously by being on these products? Yes? Yes. Okay. Would you agree, perhaps, that these types of individuals might not be the best business-suited people in the world? Not where their head's at. Their head's healers, their head's not business. Okay. But they want to help people. It's that simple. So, from the standpoint of that, what we did is we created something unique in Manna. We call it our artificial first level. What does that mean? That means that you go ahead and you're a healer of whatever modality, let's say you're a massage therapist, and you have 50 clients that you work on. And you say, you got to be on this product, you got to be on this product, you got to be, and they all get on this product. Okay? You get paid 50% of whatever they buy during their first month, and then they'll cover the balance in a second. But in most companies, you don't get paid a penny unless you build an organization, because it's all about those distributors, right? Yeah. Now, here's the interesting thing that happens in those particular types of situations. There are horrific consequences for not continually building an organization. There's some huge companies which will remain nameless, that if you don't buy X amount of product or you don't represent certain number of points or things or whatever. Well, yeah, they're all different. They're all different, but I'm being general. But thank you. Yes, you're right. Okay. So you look at that and you go, I'm going to kick you out. You've spent a year, you've spent 2 years, you've spent 3 years developing $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month of income. And they say, we're going to take it away from you. We're going to roll it up. We're going to send it to the person above you. Is that righteous, fair, or equitable? No. Hell no. Sorry. No, we don't believe in that. We created this process to allow people to get paid regardless. So somebody that's a practitioner goes ahead and puts 20, 30, 40, 50 people. What happens? Boom. They have massive, massive results. I had a gal in our office building who's a massage therapist I go to from time to time, or went to from time to time. When I met her, she was leaned over the sink like this. And I go, you okay? And she goes, oh, I'm exhausted, blah, blah, blah. I was going to get a candy bar. I go, really? I said, hang on. I went and got a double shot of green, shaky, shaky, drinky, drinky. What happened? An hour later, she comes to my office and says, I don't know what that stuff is, but I need 2 jars. 2 days later, somebody comes into the office and goes, hi, Jenny told us to come by and get some of that powder stuff. And then the next day, and then 2 days later, all people were coming through the door to get stuff. And I go, wow, are you kidding me? In a 30, 40-day period of time, she had 60 some odd people as customers. She made over $3,000 in bonus, and $3,000 in bonus, and she was making about $600, $700, $800 a month in passive residual income. Is that a good thing?
Yes.
Now, it's not a huge thing, but it paid the rent in her space in the building, right? It was cool in that regard. Well, she couldn't recruit somebody if her life depended on it. It's not going to happen. If that was a qualification, she would have no income. Yes?
Yeah.
We don't believe in that. We believe in pushing it out. So we created this for that structure. Is that awesome? Yeah, that's an awesome little feature. Was that an applause? Did I hear an applause? All right. Now, here's the cool thing. We're talking about the structure of Manna and how we develop and put it into place. How many people have heard that network marketing is a pyramid? Okay?
Pyramid scheme.
Pyramid or pyramid scheme. You know why?
It's a scam.
Well, yeah, they're close themselves, but no, seriously, it's not. It's actually not dumb at all. It's actually smart, because the shape of how it's built is small on top and widens out at the bottom, right? So it shapes like a pyramid. Okay? Interesting. Well, we created what's referred to as a unilevel payout. Interesting dynamic. When I was deciding on the compensation plan before it was written, I said, well, am I going to do a forced matrix where it shoves people down in shapes like this, or a unilevel that's shaped like this? I did this like for days. I was just doing this. I didn't have to go to the gym at all. And I called the COO of the company that does our end-to-end solution. And she's been in the business 20 years. She used to own her own network marketing company in Mexico. And I asked her, she said, I can't consult with you. I said, I'm not asking you to consult. Just give me the pros and cons. You know, this is what she said. She said, you got the unilevel, and you got the unilevel, and you got the force matrix. And I was sitting there on the phone. We were going like this. We weren't. Just joking. Okay. So I was asking her, what's the difference, you know, net difference between the force matrix and the unilevel? So what did she say? She said the unilevel, you're going to pay out more money to distributors. I go, that's the one. That's what Manna is all about. So we created a unilevel payout structure to where you get paid as wide as you want. If you want to sponsor or bring in 100,000 people, you can. And it goes 12 levels deep. This is how it works. To get paid 4 levels deep, you need to sponsor only 2 people. Do you know why? Can anybody tell me this?
Because you're going to look after them.
Yes. Why else? Specifically, mathematically, and business-wise. Why? Anybody?
Because anyone can do that.
Who said it? Anybody can do that. Anything else along these lines?
And most people only do that.
I want to hear from you. You know the answers. I don't want to hear from you. Yeah, this is right. Okay. Because anyone can do this. Anyone can do this. Everyone can do this. Here's why. You're going to love this. The average number of people that people sponsor in a network marketing environment is 2. The average qualifications in a network marketing company is 3. Why? So you don't get paid. Then keep your money. Oh, do I hate that. You know, guys, we so paint a target on our back because what we do here, seriously, we tell it like it is. I hope you appreciate that.
Yes.
And we don't hold anything back. And the network marketing industry hates us being this straightforward because there's some dirty little secrets that I'm telling you that they don't want you to know because it's been a secret for 10, 20, 30 years, whatever it is. Okay? So to get paid 4 levels deep, simple, here's what happens. You need 2 people, 2 distributors, and you need 3 customers at $59 per month, auto ship, or total retail sales of $350. Most people in Australia spend $350 on products that are qualified. It's simple. That's to get paid 4 levels deep. To get paid 8 levels deep, sorry, wrong button. Hi guys, you doing okay? You're on our webinar. Okay. Oops, sorry guys. Back finger. To get paid 8 levels deep, you need 3 distributors and $550. Simple little bit additional thing. To get paid all the way through the compensation plan, it takes a total of 4 distributors and $950. Now, I'm not suggesting that everybody do that, but let me ask you a question. If every woman went ahead and got 2 people, and sponsored, 2 people and 3 customers, I'm going to show you what that looks like in a minute. The bonus pools are the coolest thing that you ever see. Bonus pool number 1, when you go ahead and help 3 people, get 3 people in their organizations as far as customers, you get bonus pool number 1. Simple and straightforward. That's between $500 and $1,000 depending on the month. There's several people in this room that I see that have actually gotten bonus pool number 1. I'm not going to have you stand up and do that right now, but it's that simple. Bonus pool number 2, when you help 3 people get bonus pool number 1, you're done. I'm not talking about big business building. What this is about tonight is women and getting women financially free. Is that okay?
Yes.
So I don't want to blow up big numbers and so on, but I do want to show you something. Sorry. So you guys don't see that one? Okay. That's a simple spreadsheet that fits directly into what we're talking about here in this initiative. Getting women to $1,000 a month. That's my first goal. You know, are there going to be women that go to $5,000 a month? Absolutely. But I'm looking at creating massive success. Y'all with me here?
Yes.
Okay. So, if you can see that spreadsheet, the typical person acquires 1 jar of greens and 1 jar or 1 bottle of the colon formula. $80, $30. How much is that together, anybody? 110. It's actually $109.90 because, you know, I like to round things up. So, if you had 2 people, you just got 2 people to get on product. Forget about the bonuses. I'm talking passive residual income. It's $9 and change. Can you all see that up there? All right. So those 2 people get 2 people. It's $18. And those 2 people get 2 people. It's $74. And so on and so forth. You get down to this 12th level. It's $19,000 and change. Yes?
Yep.
Right?
Yes. Yep.
So, is that a little bit of money? No, it's a lot of money. That's what we're talking about here. Developing that type of a dynamic. Very simple and very straightforward. Any questions on that? Any questions on anything up to this point? I want to hit it hard. So I want to make sure that all of this data sits well. Awesome.
How do you guys make money then?
Who is the guys?
You guys.
How do we guys make money? Great question. Here's how we make money. We run a real business, okay? In the network marketing industry, here's what happens, okay? There's a thing, the dirty little secret. Here's the dirty little secret. It's called breakage. What is breakage? Breakage is I convince you to go ahead and come on board and be a distributor, and you go out and work, and I make sure that you don't qualify. Do I keep your money?
Yes.
Yes? Right? Yeah. If I don't pay you, I keep it, right?
Yeah.
If I owe you, if you go and earn $500, but I don't pay you, I keep the money, right? Okay. That's what happens in network marketing. There is a dynamic called breakage. The average breakage in the network marketing industry is 41%, which means 41 cents out of every dollar doesn't get paid out to you, right? That's how everybody makes money in network marketing. It's not how we make money. Should I tell you how we make money? That's the question. We have a gentleman by the name of Rick Moore. Rick Moore is our CFO. There's a little company that you might have heard of by the name of Home Depot. Rick Moore was the original CFO of Home Depot, the largest building company in the world. Later on, he started a company called the Sports Authority, one of the largest sports companies, equipment-wise, in the world. He borrowed $17 million to do that and paid back $183 million 3 years later. This guy knows it. Now, you guys have Target, don't you?
Yeah.
Target. Okay, wish you didn't. Target.
Target.
Target, yes. Target. Target in the States, I don't know if it's the same entity or not, went bankrupt 9 years ago. They needed $2.7 billion to resurrect themselves. They called Rick Moore to fly around the world in a private jet before they would give them the $2.7 million. So, how do we make money? Very well, because we know how to put the pieces together and make sure that everything runs correctly. Notwithstanding, another great question from the Manna side, we have a foundation. We have the Manna Foundation. All the profitability of Manna goes into the foundation. You know what we do with that? Create clinics around the world to help people, blah, 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 which I don't talk publicly about. Okay? You can connect the dots on that one. So that's how we make money. Other questions? Or, that's how we do it.
Dan, I just wanted to ask, so if you say we're looking at a 2 and going down, what happens if you had 4 or 6?
It would be so huge you would break the banks.
Wow.
Because the geometric growth on that, I don't even show it because there's too many commas.
Can you show it?
No. It's ridiculous. The numbers are so big, it's ridiculous. Hi, what are we going to do with $100 million? Hello? I mean, it's crazy. The numbers are crazy. Okay?
More good stuff.
I don't believe in showing any numbers that are not obtainable by everyone. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So that's why I only show 2. Any other questions? Oh, come on, I'm not that good. Wow. That's a currency exchange. Yes. However, good question. I'm going to answer that. I'm going to add to that. We're moving to New Zealand. Products will be manufactured and so in New Zealand. So whatever that means, I don't know. Sorry? Yes. I think.
If you order more volume of product, the price is less.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Kind of, sort of. It's based on weight. Whatever the weight is. Right. But that's really a question outside the realm of what I'm talking about tonight. What I'm talking about tonight is making money and creating wealth for women. That's it. So that's always going to occur, however it occurs, and it's always going to factor in however it does. Somebody raising their hand? A question? Question? You're just talking. Okay. That spot is in my face. Huh? Not yet. No, we're not in Europe yet. All right. Let me continue down this path. I don't want to go sideways.
Stan.
Does that make... Yes?
So if you stop, let's say you put people in, you help people, and then you go away for like a year and you don't do anything with Manna. So your paycheck doesn't keep dropping and dropping and dropping and dropping.
Good question, Lucy, or good statement. It's really a statement with a question. The question, I think, was, unlike most environments, because there are a lot of environments out there in the network marketing arena where when you stop working, you stop making money. Isn't that what happens at your job?
Yep.
Okay, if you go to work, or if you don't go to work, you get paid.
No.
Okay, folks, I'm not talking about that type of income. I'm talking about passive, residual, reoccurring, long-term income. Meaning, how many people here are on this product right here? Can you stand up? Okay. How many of you people, if you're going to get off of this product, please sit down? Ever. 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 Going once. Going twice. Can I pay you to sit down? You guys, are you getting the picture? That means that these people right here that are on this product will never get off. What does that mean to your income? It will not stop no matter what you do. There's only one place it will go, that's up. Because guess what? More people are going to hear about it. More people are going to feel it. And more people are going to get in. So what does that do to this young lady's question? That means that you're going to make more money. If you do nothing for a year. Was that the answer?
Yeah.
Hey. I'm a little bit passionate about this. Sorry.
A little bit.
Hallelujah. All right. Any questions on that? Okay. Now, can I spend a couple minutes, or not a couple minutes, I'm going to spend about 20 minutes showing you how to do this and how to find the right people to get involved. Would that be okay?
Yeah.
All right. What I want to teach you, how many women in here, and men, you can agree or disagree? Women. How many women in here hate to sell? How many women in here hate to be sold?
Yeah, sold to.
Sold to or sell, either way.
Or sold off. Yourself.
Whatever.
Or sold off once.
Okay. I can just think of a good one for that. All right. The secret. There's two secrets I'm going to teach you right now. A and B. Number one, A. Who do you talk to? Who do you talk to about getting involved? Right? Simple. You talk to everybody, but you need to sort through these people and figure out who the best people to deal with and who not to waste your time with. Would you all agree?
Yeah.
Yes.
We have a simple analogy. We don't have a simple analogy. This is not Manna proprietary stuff. This has been around for 2 generations. This is old stuff. I'm bringing back old tech because guess what? It works. Yeah, it works. We classify people as red, blue, green. What's a red? A red is somebody that says anything you ask them, nah. You want to go to the movies? Nah. You want to go out to dinner? Nah. You want to come pick me up? Nah. How many people know people like that? You're probably sitting next to one. Okay. How many people know people that will ask you a question and you give them an answer, and they ask you another question and you give them an answer, and pretty soon it's 3 hours later and you still have questions? All right, that's a blue. That's somebody that never makes a decision. We all know people like that, right?
What?
Then you have the green. The green is the most amenable person that you've ever run across. They're always going like this. Hi, you want to come pick me up? Yeah. Hey, you want to go out? Yeah. You want to do this? Yeah. How many people know somebody like that?
And they have right.
Okay. Here's the deal. Can you hear me out there? Yes, no? No, yeah.
Mike's off.
It broke
Yeah.
straight up.
No?
Broke it.
Yes? No. Okay. How many people know people like that? That just will say yes. Okay, here's the secret. Only talk to those people. Forget about the rest, because they will give you brain damage or arrhythmia. Here's what happens and why people fail in this type of environment. They try to convince these reds to change them from yes to no. Does a leopard ever change its spots?
No.
Does a zebra ever lose its stripes? No. Stop. Especially, I'm sorry to say this, but since you ladies are nurturing and loving and caring, you do want to change people, so stop it! Okay? You getting me here? All right. Now, here's the cool thing about this. The red. They say no more yes. I covered all this. This is cool. Yeah, blah, blah. Okay, next. Here's how the numbers work. Oops. Here's how the numbers work. 50% of all people are red. That means dump half of your friends. Hello? Hey, if I'm lying, I'm dying. Seriously, do it. You're lying. 30% of them will drive you crazy with their questions. Get rid of them. All you want 100% that goes like this. Y'all with me?
Yeah.
Okay. This is how simple, seriously, I'm making a joke of this, but it's that simple. It really is this simple. All right, this is fun. This is such a ladies' deal. Have fun with this. Who are you talking to? Okay. When you have a conversation about Manna, you have to know who you're talking to. Would that make sense?
Yeah.
You have to know what their likes, what their interests, right? Wrong. That's bull. Here's what you need to know. You need to know who you are. You need to know who you are. Let me explain what I mean. We did a study. I actually paid for this study about 10 years ago. And the study, we contacted 1,300 companies and we asked them one question. What is your closing ratio? Meaning, if you go out 10 times to sell people, how many sales do you get? And across 1,300 companies, can anybody tell me what the number is? If you know this, no. 2. What else? 2 out of what? 10? 2 out of 10. Anybody else? 3 out of 10. Anybody else? 1 out of 10. 1 out of 10. Wait, come on! Hey! What are you? You're a blue. Okay. All right, let me help you out. It's 25%, 1 out of 4. Okay? 1 out of 4. Now, there's an interesting dynamic why that number is the number. It's because people sell people, right?
Yep.
There's so many books on this. The best I like is Personality Plus by Florence Lecter. Florence Lecter. Read that book. Amazon, $11. I don't know what it is in Aussie dollars. There's 4 different personality types. The reason that there's a 25% closing ratio is because you are one of these 4 types, and you're only attracting the same as you. Do you know why? Why? Why?
We resonate.
With whomever. You resonate with whomever. Yeah, because ladies, you resonate. You are resonacious. That's what it is. All right. Because you are of a particular personality type. There's only 4. There's so many different ways that they say it. I like the analogy I'm going to give you right here because it's easy to remember. What's a dolphin? A dolphin likes to have fun. Who likes to have fun here? Oh, party girl in the first row. Yeah. Okay. They love playing sports. Here's a clue. If you have a recreational vehicle, you are a dolphin. Okay? Does this make sense?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. That's one type, the dolphin.
What?
Here's the other type, shark. Shark's only interested in money. Okay? Now, guys, when you're talking to somebody about anything, it could be math, it could be relationships, it could be cars, it doesn't matter what it is. If you are talking to somebody that's a particular type, and you're not talking their language, they're not listening to you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you can talk all day long in your normal speak, And if you're lucky to get 25% because just the law of averages and numbers hit you, you will. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. Shark. When you're talking to a shark, it's only about money. If you're not talking about money, la 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 la, they're not listening. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. If you're talking to a dolphin about fun, they're not listening if it's not about partying, hanging out on the weekends, or anything else. It's all about that language. The language is incredibly important. An urchin. How many people like facts and figures?
No.
It's only the guys, and I caught you! Because I said people and you raised your hand. Ladies, we don't give a hoot about that, right? We don't care. You're making lists. You're doing all this stuff. You're an urchin. You want the facts and figures. The why, how. No. Okay? That's another quadrant, category. And the last one, ladies, this is all about you.
Say I'm fat.
Okay. A whale is all about doing good, healing, and helping people. Does that resonate? Okay. Here's the problem, whales. There's 3/4 of the rest of the world that aren't whales. If you do whale talk, they're not listening to you. Does this make sense?
Yes.
So, all you need to do is identify who you're talking to and talk that speak. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Now, obviously, you can be part this and part that. I used to be a shark whale. I'm now a whale shark. It's just the way it is. You can be any combination thereof. It all works. I'm not going to cover this one, but I am going to cover this. When you're building something, back to the tendency of laziness. And again, I'm not picking on you in any regard other than stating the reality of the facts. You want to help. I know you. This one is the biggest whale in the world and wants to help everybody and goes ahead and, okay, if this is, I want you to pay close attention to you because I'm going to have part of this framed and send it to you because this is so you, it's not even funny. Yeah, that's why you're in the front. You want to recruit up. You want to talk to people that are better than you. Does that make sense?
Yep.
How many people would really want to, I know you'd hate it, but how many people would want to have me in your downline? Okay? When I started in network marketing, I started with a company called ACN, American Communications Network. Great company. I became a regional vice president in that company. Made some good money. But here's the interesting part of this. I was sponsored by a 19-year-old kid, my former partner's girlfriend's son. Okay, 19 years old. He was shaking when he called me. There's other stories behind that, but he was shaking. And he called me up, and I went and looked at it. And I said, okay, I'll give you $500, let's go. And I said, this is kind of cool, passive residual income, blah, 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 party, hang out. It just served me well. But here's the story. When I hit regional vice president, or during the climb to regional vice president, he got paid on stuff that I did passively and residually. He got between $5,000 and $16,000 or so a month on my efforts, on what I did. Okay? He never recruited anybody else. He didn't really have to. But I was better than the 19-year-old kid. I mean, it is what it is, you know? I mean, just is the way it is. So I had the ability to make it work, and he got the result of it. But here's typically what happens now. Okay? I was the only person that he recruited up. Everyone else was his 19-year-old friends. They were losers. They didn't want to do anything. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
Ladies, we love you. I love you. You can nurture after you get money out of the way. Spend your time nurturing after the money's gone. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Can we do that?
Yes.
Okay.
It's really good.
What you want to do is go the other direction. You want to recruit up. People that are better than you will say, stay there, leave me alone, I'm going to go do this. Without you. But guess what? You get paid. Is that okay? This is what your mental situation needs to change. I don't say stop nurturing, but put that over here for a minute and think about the dynamic, the right dynamic. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All two of you.
Yes.
All right, just want to make sure because it's a very, very key point. Okay, money. All right. How many people in this room are significant experts in the network marketing arena and have made more than $50,000 a month in this regard? Can you please stand up? Can you stand up? Can you stand up? Where are you guys? All right, so there's nobody in that regard here. Is that correct? Okay, I will stand up if that's me. All right. I am trained in. Are we in nurse? Where are we? What state are we?
Queensland.
Queensland. Okay, the other place down there, Sydney area, New South Wales. I've got about 6 guys. They're all guys. Sorry, they're not ladies. That I personally trained, not in Manna, in other companies over the years, that make between $250,000 and $450,000. Is that okay?
Yes.
That's a month. Let me let that resonate for just a moment. That's per month. Okay? So, nobody here is like that yet, right? Yet. Nobody here yet. Y-E-T is a magic word. Does anybody want to be?
Yes.
Okay. Can I tell you how to do it?
Yes.
See this behind me up here? This is how it's done. You can't do it. Well, you kind of do it. You can't do it. You can't do it. You can't do it. You can't do it. Why? Because you're not making $50,000 a month. You have no credibility in this. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Absolutely. So, what do you need to do to accomplish that? You need a little bit of help. You need an expert. Who is the expert? Anybody but you. Doesn't matter. It could be the garbage collector. Anybody but you, because the people that you're going to put on the phone or try to recruit or get involved are not going to listen to you because you don't have the success. Ladies, you with me? You want to make it? You want to have it done? You want to be done with money? Pay close attention to this. If you have even the littlest amount of ego, get it out of the way, and let's get some help to do this. Now, here's what we do. You bring on an expert. Somebody else, either an upline individual, or you call the office, get me on the phone. Hello. You get me on the phone, and I will close your people. I'm not that good. I only close 97% of the people I talk to. I can't do everyone. I'm sorry. You'll have to just get over it. I'm here in Australia for one reason and one reason only. is to take people off their jobs, put them in a better financial position, and get money out of the way. Do you understand?
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yes.
God, you guys really need to understand. It's all about you. That's why we're here. Now, what you need to do in terms of this methodology is get somebody else on the phone for 3-5 minutes to explain what happens. Take it out of your mix. Now, we have a technique. We have a process. We have something that absolutely works pretty much every single time. And that is a little methodology called the private business reception, PBR, private business reception. How many ladies, exclusively ladies, guys, you can rest for a moment. Ladies, have you ever had people over for dinner?
Yes.
Do you call up and say, hey, come on over, I'm making whatever?
Yep.
You know how to do that. You know how to invite people to your house, yes?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
You guys are darn good at it. You say, hey, come on over, we're doing this, we're doing that. And what happens? They come. So, what would happen if you went ahead and invited 5 to 10 people over to your house and you said, hey, I want to show you something that's pretty cool. I want to show you how I just dropped 10 kilos. I want to show... Yeah, I was going to say it a little differently, but I don't think so. Anyway, I want to show you what's going on. So, do you think you might have 3, 4, 5, 10 people come over?
Yes.
Okay, simple.
No, they think I'm selling that way.
What color are you? Gotcha. No, you think it's true. You're not listening. It's about simply, A, can you invite people to your house? Okay, can you leave it to them and rather than not judge? Because you're prejudging by saying, they think I'm selling Amway. No, have them come over to your house, and here's what you do. Do you have a device on your TV that plays videos?
Yep.
Or computers? You know how to do that, right? You can press play. Not that I'm picking on you, I'm just joking with you, okay? You can press play, right?
Yes.
There's a video. It's called The 11 Commandments. How many people have watched that? Is that pretty compelling stuff?
Yeah.
Damn right it is. It's life-changing stuff. Now, if 5 people watch this video, you think 2 might say, that's pretty cool? Okay? Don't prejudge. Let the stuff do the work. It's a little different, okay? So people go ahead and watch the video, and they say, that's cool. This company's got it going on. Now, what a lot of people do, there's really 2 videos to watch. There's Nutrition 101, which talks about products. Again, I'm not talking about that tonight. Products. And the difference between what Josh and his legacy has created and the rest of the world. Does that make sense? The difference. People need to understand why. That's the why. So what I suggest people do is say, hey, can you flip on this video, go to mannaforyou.com, flick it on, watch it, it's 37 minutes long, okay? Then, when they come to your house, play them 2 videos. You know what a popular one is? Noggin. It's 8-9 minutes. Boom. It's 8-9 minutes, and it's a great story because Josh talks about how, when, why, how it all works for him. It's really compelling and short. And then I would play the video, The 11 Commandments. Why? Because it ties it all together. And people are going to say, okay, I watched Nutrition 101 at home, saw this little video over here, I've got the whole gamut of the company and what's going on with the company vis-a-vis the 11 commandments, it makes sense. Then what you do is you call me. I'll get on webinar, and I'll talk for 10 minutes, and I'll answer questions. Okay? Now, typically, I'm in the United States, so that's 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. But I don't care, because what I'm here to do is take 1,000 women to $1,000 a month, passively, residually, this year. Do you understand?
Yes.
You better, because I'm deadly serious about it. So I don't care if I'm up at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. It doesn't matter. Because here's what I'm going to do. Now, understand, as this thing grows, there's only 24 hours in a day. But I know how to leverage time. I'll show you how I'm going to do that in a second. But here's how it works. We've only tracked this for the past, I think it's 10 weeks or so. PBRs. Here's the results. People come to your lounge room, they watch this stuff, and out of all the PBRs that have occurred over the last 10 weeks, Vaughn, where are you? There you are. Last PBR you did, how many people got in?
Every single one of them. Actually, it was at Ali's house.
Every single one of them.
Yeah.
Why? Because it works, because it's compelling, because it's simple and straightforward. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Now, here's what happens. You go ahead and you have 5 people at your house, in your lounge room. They all get in. What do we do with them the next week?
Same thing.
The same exact thing. Okay, I know it's math, and there's some people that are weak in this room, but I'll help you with this. If you have 5 people, and each of them have 5 people in their location, how many is that? 25. That's good. 25. And if they all get in and do the same thing the next week, and those 25 get 5, how much is that? 125. The following week, that 125 get 5, how much is that? 600. You guys get the drift. Now, we're way beyond $1,000 a month at this point. Y'all with me here? So you understand my dynamic, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes or no? Yes. Because it's that simple to get to $1,000 a month passive residual income. We're going to do this. We're going to do this strong, and we're going to do this together. So, you go ahead and you have a PBR. Can anyone do this?
Yes.
Here is the secret, ladies. And I'm talking to ladies, but gentlemen, you can shake your heads too. Is this something that you could show someone else how to do?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it? Who said it? Say it again.
It's duplicatable.
It's duplicatable. It's all about that secret of duplication, not replication. Here's the difference, ladies, because I know you're nurturing and you're loving and you want to do this, but don't do this. There's a difference between duplication and replication. Here it is. Here's a document. I want you to duplicate it. Duplication is you go to the copy shop and make 50 copies. Replication is you sit there in front of your computer and retype it. No, don't do that. Go to the copy shop. Are you all with me?
Yes.
You have to understand this. It's about strict duplication, doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. Does that make sense? Is it simple?
Yes.
Is it simple?
Yes.
Can you do it?
Yes.
Can you show someone else how to do it?
Yes.
Well, let's go do it then. What do you say?
Yes.
Who's in? All 6 of us. Oh, God. All right. Seriously. Let's get busy and let's do it. That's it. Very simple, very straightforward, very to the point. Thank you so much. I'll be taking questions and let's get busy with this because what we're going to do in Australia and New Zealand is rock the world with Manna because there are so many people that are unwell. that need these products and need to get into a better position. That's what this is about. That's the overall situation, and let's get it done. I want to thank you from Manna from Heaven, and let's rock. For the girls, yes. Help somebody. You can't help somebody if it's not duplicatable. So you're hurting somebody if it's not duplicatable. Does that make sense? Right. So you got to understand that it's that simple. Don't change it. Keep it going in the same fashion. This is where people go awry in this type of environment. We make it so simple here that we don't have that negative or that lack of results. Does that make sense? Thank you. You can all go or get up or do something. Whatever. Come on down. You know?